Hi again, YouTubers. It's me again, the real star with two R's in reality. My spiritual message for today is titled The Hate You Give Movie, the cartoon Star versus the Forces of Evil, The Sun is Also a Star movie, and the Star TV show, and the Star is Born movie was actually talking about me in reality. Let me explain why and let me explain myself. Before all of these were manifested in Hollywood, before all of these, movies and TV was like before that movie was manifested, right? In 2018, in 2017 or 2018, around the time when my mom and stepdad and my sister and I, around the time when they were still staying in the in this in around the time they were still staying in the same apartment with me in our old place. Around that time, right? Well, I was in my room by myself. Before, in my mind, I kept my spiritual and singing stage name in my mind. But as soon as I said it throughout my words, that my spiritual name is Star and that my singing stage name is Star, as soon as I said that around 2017, 2018, around the time, because I will explain myself, because I'm not crazy, no. Around the time when that TV show Empire was on, remember that episode when I forgot his name, Jesse, his character, his when he was, his gay character, when he was going through something around that time, right? From that last season episode, Lee Daniels made a new TV show after the last episode of Empire. Remember, Lee Daniels made a new TV show called Star. When my mom and stepdad and my sister and I was watching it in the living room, I was surprised. I'm like, oh my gosh, they got my name on it. I said that. Because before that TV show came on also, my Facebook name and Instagram name was already Star. And when I was a teenager, before I put one R for Star on my Facebook. And then when I turned like 18, 19 years old, I kept it with two R's instead. When I was on Facebook. And then around 2000 around 2000 around 2018 or 2019, right? Around 2016, 2017, 2018, I created my Instagram name StarLove888, and I made it to, and I changed it to StarLove999 with two R's. Now, back what I was saying. After I was in my room saying throughout my words that my spiritual name is Star, and that my singing name will be, my singing stage name will be Star, blah 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 blah. Because I'm not gonna say the whole thing. So blah blah blah. After my mom and stepdad and sister and I saw the last episode of Empire, from that time years ago, Lee Daniels created a new TV show called Star. When I saw that on the TV, I was surprised. Like, oh my gosh. And they made the main character of Star, the white girl with curly hair. Right? And she had like an attitude and blah blah. I was surprised at first why they gave her an attitude, why they gave her character attitude. And I started realizing why. Because in reality, I kinda got an attitude when people disrespect me. I kinda get an attitude too. But I'm also kind hearted at the same time. But when I saw that TV show, it's a good show though. But when I first saw that TV show Star, I was thinking, why they made the white girl so ghetto though? And I checked, and then I had to check her nationality on Google. I realized she's 100% Caucasian. Why they made a 100% Caucasian female act so ghetto on a TV show like that, you know? But then at the same time, she is talented though. She's talented. Yeah. Yeah, she is. But when I saw that TV show, I was thinking they should have made the biracial girl as Star. That's what I was thinking at first. That they should have made the biracial girl as Star instead, not the, like, yeah. But anyways, that's the first sign that my manifestation through my words, the power of the tongue, was manifested by accidentally, without me even knowing, from the universe, universally. Okay, that was the first sign. The second sign, around the time when I was getting betrayed by my ex-boyfriend, my covert narcissistic ex-boyfriend, and my overt toxic, jealous, evil, narcissistic fake friend who's schizophrenic, bipolar OCD. Around that time, around November 2015, December 2015, and January 2016, and 2017. Now, around 2017, around August 17, 2017, around the time when my mom kicked me out, I still live back over here though. Around the time when my mom kicked me out in my in our apartment to stay with my grandma and uncle for a while in Brooklyn. I around the time, right, before I traveled to my grandma house and my grandma house and uncle house, you know, in my room I had like a Sailor Moon picture already. I had a Sailor Moon picture on my wall, on my pink wall, years ago, before I removed it, right? And then on August 17, 2017, that's when I found out the betrayal between publicly. That's when I found out around the train station at Grand Concourse, right? Where I found out the secret, what was going on. And around the time when I cursed him out, that's a long story. I'm gonna skip to that part. But around the time when I was staying in my grandma's house with my grandma and uncle, right? I was in the living room late at night, right? I was watching TV around October. That was around the time, around October, November. I was in a Brooklyn program for women, a youth program for women, a youth internship program in Brooklyn around October, November 2017, around that time. But around the time, around October, I was watching TV late at night in my grandma's living room. I was either sitting down on the floor, sitting on the couch, right? I don't know where, saw a TV show called Star versus the Forces of Evil. That surprised me because it says Star versus the Force of Evil. You know why that surprised me? Around the time in 2017, I was getting spiritually attacked when I was in Brooklyn. And I'm not going to explain that, but I was getting spiritually attacked around that area. Around that time, And it surprised me because, you know, and in the beginning when I saw that cartoon, I didn't like it at first because it looked so demonic and, satanic and demonic, all that when I saw that TV show. And then I started liking the TV show in the end because that was the only TV show that was good. Since the other cartoons on Disney was whack and blah, that was the only, for some reason, that was the only cartoon in 2017 that interested me. Not because of demonic ways, but it attracted me from that name, Star Wars Force Evil, and the character Marco, he had a red sweater on. That surprised me because the first time when me and my ex-boyfriend met, he had a red sweater. And one time, when on and off, when I was trying to get over my ex, I kept getting synchronicity signs of him. I kept getting synchronicity signs of guys wearing a red sweater. Wherever I went on the train or the bus or my neighborhood, I kept getting signs of a guy with a red sweater or a brown sweater or whatever. And that used to bother me all the time. And then when I saw that TV show where the character Marco had a red sweater, right at the same time, the girl character, even though it's a white girl, and I'm not even fully white, but I'm multiracial. On my father's side, I'm African American, Cherokee. I'm half African American, Irish, and Cherokee Native American Indian, And on my mom's side, I'm West Indian Puerto Rican, multiracial. But I'm more Hebrew than Caucasian. I'm gonna say it right there, okay? Yeah. I'm either from the tribe of Judah or the tribe of Gad from my father's side of the family. Yeah. Anyways, um around the time and it surprises me, not only the guy name was the guy character Marco, he had a red sweater on, but it also, the girl name was Star. Even though she had one R, her name was Star, and her friend character Marco, he had a red sweater on, which reminded me of my ex. And another crazy thing about that cartoon, right? Knowing that the cartoon was talking about me, it was. On the cartoon, around that episode when Tom was calling Star, the symbols, that surprised me because my 3 favorite shapes is a heart shape, it's a star shape, and a diamond shape. My 3 favorite shapes is a heart shape, a star shape, and a diamond shape. When I saw that episode, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's my 3 favorite shapes." Like, how do you know that? Like, it's true. And then another sign from that cartoon, Star Wars Force of Evil, the guy Tom, he reminds me of someone else that I know, but I'm not even gonna say it. He reminds me of someone else that I know. And in that cartoon also, she was like a half human, half angel. I'm half human, half angel. I'm a Palladian Starseed alien. I'm an Earth angel in planet Earth, and I'm a light worker, and I'm a Hebrew Israelite Jew. I know me. It took me time to realize that as I spiritually woke from that last betrayal. Yeah. So, common sense. In the cartoon, they're showing Star as a half human, half angel. In reality, I'm a half human, half angel. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And another sign, in the episode, she had to transport to another dimension, which is surprising because I have common sense to know that her father represented Father God. Her father represented Father God, and Father God, Black Father God, is my father and our father. But they made the cartoon stars white because, yeah, which is messed up because the real is I'm melanin, caramel, beige brown, yeah. And that's what I want to say right there. That cartoon was talking about me too. Oh yeah, and another thing too. Another sign I know that cartoon was talking about me. Since I was a child, I always loved unicorns. I'm gonna say that right there. I'm gonna say it right there. Since I was a child, I always loved unicorns. Like the movie The Last Unicorn, and I used to love unicorns. And then in 2020, what surprised me about when my mom came to visit me in my apartment building, right? And we was talking about stuff. She said something about unicorn, and I was surprised. That lets me know my mom knew who I was before I even knew also. She said unicorn, so that lets me know that I'm not tripping. Like, when I saw the unicorn in that cartoon also, I was like, oh my gosh, I love unicorns. I was like, it's true. And it says you don't know, unicorns are real in heaven. Unicorns are real in heaven. And mermaids are real also, and unicorns too. Okay, that's the second sign from, I already explained myself from the first sign of the hate you give. Well, no, I didn't fully explain myself yet. Okay. I already explained myself from the cartoon Star Wars The Force of Evil cartoon. Now, I'm gonna explain myself about the Hate You Give movie. I already explained myself about when I was in that Dunkin' Donuts job. I already explained myself on that other video that I made on YouTube. I'm gonna explain more. Okay. Then after that cartoon Star Wars Forces cartoon came out also, And then in 2018, around the time when Algie was in that movie, the New Edition movie, that's when I used to have a secret crush on him. Like a secret crush on him. I used to have a big secret crush on him from that time when he was in that New Edition movie. Shockingly, in 2017, when he was in that movie, around the time when I was in Brooklyn, and I went to the Brooklyn Youth Program with my other female friends, associates, you know, we on 2 days we went on a summer day camp in New Jersey. Around the time when I was playing with the kids and my teammates and etc. around that time in 2017, in front of my face was two little young boys. One of the boy looked like Algie Smith character when he was a child. One of the guys, it looked like Ralph Tresvant character when he was a child. The boy in front of my face at the summer day camp, right? He looked just like the character that plays Ralph Tresvant when he was a child. And then it was another boy next to him who looked just like Bobby Brown character when he was a child. I'm serious. And I told those little boys, you look like the little boys that play the character of Ralph Tresvant and Bobby Brown. And they were smiling and laughing. They were smiling. They were smiling because they were smiling. And then there was another guy who looked, and there was a tall light-skinned guy next to the guy who looked like Ralph Tresvant as a child. The third guy, that's the third light-skinned tall guy, that's a young teenager, right? He looked like one of those rappers. I ain't got no type. He looks like that light-skinned guy. Yeah. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, they look like, yeah. And okay, that was the first time right there in 2017. Then around the time when I still had a secret crush on Algie Smith, right? Okay. I spoke to Father God that is Algie Smith my true love. I prayed to Father God to ask him, is he my true love? And then late at night around 2017 or 2018, I went to sleep and Father God connected to me in a dream. He said, fear God, fearing God. Right? I was in my dream, I was in a train platform. I looked up and there was a sign saying fear God in my dream. And then the next day in 2017, 2018, the next day I went when I was like 24 years old. I was like 24 years old. 2018. I was like 24 years old. Around that time, that was the time when I had to go to a different youth program called the YAIP Paid Internship Program in 2018 in the Bronx. Around the time in 2018, I went to Rite Aid. While I went to Rite Aid, I was around a candle. I was around a candle aisle where they have candles, scented candles and no scented candles. Around the time I met an older light-skinned lady who's holding some type of shopping bag, like a beige brown shopping bag. Her name was Eleanoria, and I think she was like an earth angel. We was talking about spiritual things and etc. And the last thing before she left, the last thing she told me, she said, don't forget my last name Smith. She said, don't forget my last name Smith. And then that was 2018. Other signs I got from Algie Smith, right? remember that time when one of his Instagram pictures, he had like a bald head? Well, before I saw that picture on Instagram, I was sitting down at my YAP program office place, sitting down around the office place. And then there was a female holding a baby stroller a few inches far from me, and there was a brown skinned guy walking. There was a brown skinned guy walking inside the. I was sitting in front of the door at my program in 2018. There was a guy who opened the door, and he looked similar to Algie Smith, and his hair was bald. And then after he was done going inside the program to go somewhere, then he came out the door. And then that time when I went back home, I saw Algie Instagram wall, and it was shocking. It was surprising me. It surprised me because around that same day he had like a bald head for his movie or for some movie or something. I don't know. And then another sign. I kept seeing signs, synchronicity signs of his last name Smith everywhere that I go. I already wrote it down on my notebook about different situations. I'm not gonna say it all because I'm not gonna say it all, but I'm gonna say it that I kept getting different signs of his last name Smith wherever I go since 2018, 2019, 2020. Okay, now this gonna get real right here. This message. Before that movie came out, I had Algie Smith as my friend list on my friend list on Instagram. When my Instagram name was StarLove888. Before I changed it to StarLove999, I had it to StarLove888 with 2 R's. Before that movie came out. In 2018, late at night, when I was shopping at Bay Plaza Mall in the Bronx, I went back on the bus. On the bus, I was on the front side of the bus, sitting down. On the left side, I was sitting down. On the right side of the bus, on the middle side of the back, there was a brown skinned older lady, like her 40s or 50s, whatever. She, I don't know where, said star in a low voice. I'm like, huh? Star? And then when I came home, late at night after spending time at Bay Plaza Mall from 2018, from that time. Soon as I came home, and I went on my old crush, I went on my old crush Algie Smith Instagram wall, and I clicked. I noticed that he had a picture of him and a girl in a car, and I clicked that picture, and I was surprised when it said the name Star with 2 R's on it, and it was Amanda Steinberg, and that was for Amanda Steinberg character name. And I'm gonna say this too. I love Amanda Steinberg. She's one of my favorite young black actresses also. And it was in reality with common sense. I'm glad she played me in that movie because she was good. She was good. Her character role was good. She actually played me in that movie before I even she actually did though. Okay. When I saw that picture of them in that car, I was surprised that his character name was Khalil, and that the Amanda Steinberg character was Star with 2 R's, Star. And then when I finally saw the trailer of the movie, soon as she said Star, hi, I'm Star with 2, I'm like, oh my gosh, she has the same name. I was surprised. And then in the scene where they was both listening to Tupac's music, I was surprised because that time in 2018, I used to love listening to Tupac songs, which is true. And then you know how I know that movie was talking about me? Not only because the name Star, and around that time, I had Algie Smith as my friend list on Instagram. That means he was connected to my energy. before that movie came out, he was already connected to my energy when I had him on my friend list on Instagram. Yeah, yeah. Before I deactivated my Instagram and etc. Anyway, and another sign that I know that movie was talking about me. The character who plays Star's dad, he reminds me of my stepdad. The only difference is that in reality, my stepdad, he don't have backbone like that. Like he's like weak. Like he's like my stepdad is kind of like well, I don't really like my stepdad that much, but all I can say is that the guy that plays Star's dad in that movie, like he reminded me of my stepdad. They look similar, but the difference is my stepdad personality in real life, he don't have backbone like that. Yeah. And then also another sign, police brutality. In 2018, I was getting gang stalked by the police for a while now. In 2019 and 2020, even on my birthday, even on my 27th birthday, I was getting gang stalked. In 2020, on my birthday, I'm like, come on. They was following me all over Bay Plaza Mall and etc. 3 to 4 cars and etc. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the last time they was gang stalking me was when I finally got a new job, and it was Dunkin' Donuts in 2021, February 2021. I'm like, come on, even at my place of work. So I'm telling y'all, that movie, the Hate You Give movie, was talking about. Oh yeah, I forgot. Just so you know, on May 6, 2019, I had to be on HRA because I was going through financial issues. Like when you're a chosen one, you be getting like I won't say the word BLOCKAGES. I won't say that because my words part of the tongue. But I kept going through so many issues with my finances and stuff from the past and years ago, and I'm still trying to work on that now, and it's getting better now. But on May 6, 2019, I started to be on HRA, so I'm on HRA for like 3 years now, and so forth, so on. And I'm saying this because around the time when I was on the upstairs HRA office, right, on the second floor, I think, when I was on the second floor on the HRA office in Bronx, New York, right, out of nowhere, a pretty brown skinned female next to me on the chair, she was reading a book called The Hate You Give. I'm gonna say it again. I was sitting down next to a pretty brown-skinned young adult female. She was holding a book in her hand. And the title of the book that she was reading in her hand was The Hate You Give movie. And that's a sign right there. And then around that same day, right? Now I'm going to skip to The Sun Is Also a Star movie. That movie was talking about me also. Oh, I'm going to let you know. Algie Smith is one of my either karmic soulmates or other soulmates from my past life. I finally know now. He's one of, I think I have 2 or 3 soulmates and 1 Twinflame. Okay, I'm going to say it in, okay. Now, after you know about the black female had the book called The Hate You Give movie on her hand. On that same exact day, around December 2019, it was December 2019 when that happened. When that happened, right? Around the time, on that same exact day in 2019, I went home. That was around the time the Cats movie came out, and I saw the movie, the Cats movie. Oh, and in 2018, when I was walking back home from my neighborhood, I don't know where I saw a calico cat, an orange calico pretty cat in 2018, right? And then and then 2019, that's when the movie, the Cats movie came out, and I watched that movie finally. It was alright. That movie was alright. But the same exact day when I was in HRA and I saw the girl with that book, the same exact day when that was the time in 2019 when my mom and stepdad and sister left me at home, and when they moved out, and I'm independent on my own now. Right on that same exact day, I went home. I was walking to the train station. Right, I went on the train. There was two females next to me on sitting down on the train chair on the train seats. On my left side, there was a brown-skinned female with long braids on, with long black braids on. And then on my right side, there was a female with either with cornrows or box braids, with her hair pinned up, and she had glasses on. She looked like Yawa Shahidi. The girl looked like Yawa Shahidi. And then, before she left and got off the train, she smiled, and she got up, and she walked through the exit door. And then, when I walked through my apartment building in the projects, soon as I walk in the building, and I was about to plan on going to the exit door to go upstairs, out of nowhere, there was a black-white cat. It was on December 30th, 2019, where I was blessed with my new pet cat. On December 30th, 2019, there was a black-white cat around my building. Around the time the Cats movie came out. And that was around the time when I manifested to have a pet cat. My manifestation came true. I was blessed with a pet cat. And then at first, I thought it was the other Hispanic female neighbor's cat. And the lady, she blessed me to have the cat instead on Christmas Day as a gift. You know, I don't celebrate Christmas no more at all. But the lady, cause that wasn't her cat neither. But instead, she blessed me to have that cat instead. And to this day, I have my pet cat, and I love my pet cat very much. Anyway, and how I know the Sun is also a Star movie was talking about me. Before that movie came out, also in 2018, in the morning or afternoon, I had to go to a job interview. I believe, I had to go to a job interview at Grand Central. Around the time when I was the first time I went to Grand Central, I looked up at the wall where they had the signs of different directions to you know, the screen where they had the screen on the wall in Grand Central. I looked on that. It reminded me of the screen in Yonkers where I used to meet my ex at the Metro North train years ago. When I first went to Grand Central, the first thing I thought about was my ex when I saw those signs of the screen, right? And then, soon as I had to take the 2 to 5 train over there. Soon as I went back home, as soon as I opened my door, either the TV was still on or I put the TV on. Soon as I opened the door, after coming back home from Grand Central in 2018, out of nowhere, they made. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my gosh, I forgot. How can I? Okay, I'm gonna skip that. When I was on the train to go to when I was on the train. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. After I took the 2 to 5 train from Grand Central to go back home, I went on the train. There was and I sat down on the end of the seat. On the end of the seat on the back of the train. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. On the end of the train, when I sat on the seat. Oh gosh, forgive me. Okay, there was a white lady sitting down next to me. She was holding her phone down from her lap. On the phone, it said Warner Brothers. It said Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers. Right? And then as soon as I went back home, as soon as I opened my door, it's either the TV was still on it's either the TV was still on or I put the TV on. So in 2018, as soon as I went back home and I opened my door in my room, I put on the TV on and I saw the commercial of The Sun Is Also a Star movie. I was surprised, my ninja. I was surprised because I was like, oh my gosh, they made a movie called The Star. And another thing too, Yawa Shahidi, she's one of my other favorite female actresses also. And then and honestly, when I finally saw that movie on my tablet years ago in 2018, I was surprised because that movie was symbolic of my reality in many different ways. As soon as I saw that movie, after that movie came out, as soon as I saw that movie in 2018 on my tablet, when I was watching the clips of the movie, I was surprised because she wanted to go to Berkeley College. I was planning on going to Berkeley College or another college in 2018. I still got my Berkeley College folder. Around the time when I applied to Berkeley College, around 2017 or 2018, 2019, around that year, I still got the folder. And no, I haven't went to Berkeley College yet because my finances. That's why I have to fix my finances. But anyway, yeah, being a chosen one is hard because you get it's a lot of spiritual situations. Yeah. Anyway, it surprised me in that movie. The Sun Is Also a Star. She wanted to go to Berkeley College. In reality, I wanted to go to Berkeley College too. And then in that movie, she went to Grand Central. I went to Grand Central. And then in that movie, it looked like she was in an HRA office or something like that. And I'm on HRA. And then the character Daniel, after I was done watching that movie, out of nowhere, on my tablet, I had a text app, right? I had a text app. On my text app on my tablet, I used to speak to some guy. His name was Daniel. And when he told me his name was Daniel, I was surprised because I was surprised because that's the same character name of that movie. And I don't use my tablet anymore because I don't use my tablet anymore. But anyway, and then I started getting other signs of Daniel, and like other guy names with Daniel. I'm like, oh my gosh, like why am I getting the same name, Daniel? And then I remember when I was watching it, when I turned it on the TV, right, in 2020, I turned on the TV, right. There was a black guy named Daniel who got shot by the police. When I saw that on the news, I was, oh my gosh. And then it was like a white guy, or I think a white guy or a Hispanic guy named Daniel, and he got an incident with a guy with the police also. And when I saw those signs on the news, I'm like, oh my gosh, like why I keep getting that same name, Daniel. And then when I saw a movie on YouTube, I was watching a movie called Fallen. Some romance movie called Fallen, right? When I saw that movie, and when she's in the guy character, when he told the female character his name, and he told her his name was Daniel, I was like, oh my gosh. And I kept getting that name Daniel everywhere that I go. And also in 2021, and in 2020, I was getting like a few dreams about Yawa Shahidi and that guy Daniel from that movie. I had like a dream about them also. And then it was like yeah. But I'm not gonna explain everything in detail about that dream though. But yeah. Because even though I wrote it down, but yeah, in 2020, yeah. And then and I was getting signs about Yawa Shahidi also. Like when I saw her on TV, about explaining about some racial something on the commercial. I was watching that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I have common sense to know that one of my purposes was to be a Hebrew activist. And then another sign also about the sun is also a star. I realized that 2 or 3 of my soulmates are celebrities. One of my Twinflame is a celebrity, and either I got 2 or 3. I have like 2 or 3 soulmates. One of my soulmate is a comic soulmate, which was my first boyfriend.